Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. Our piece of wellness this month is perspective, and we're here at kind of the end of the month, the end of December, and this is the end of the year. I've heard several people talking about already their New Year's resolutions, which I think is really wonderful to, give attention to where we're going, where we want to be. Um, Tonight, I have my clinic, my workshop clinic, and we're going to be talking about perspective. And in getting things ready for tonight, I can't help but remember and be thinking about the changes that people want, that I have experienced, as my third person here, listening to what people want for this new year or things that they want to change in their life. And I thought I would do this video, which is kind of like an extra video, because I've already done one this week. But I wanted to do a video about the perspective on goal setting and the perspective on um, our focus, and just to offer thoughts that might be able to tweak that a little bit and um, move it in a more positive direction. So, um, it is my hope and it's my focus. I'll switch that around. It's my focus and it's my hope to share this perspective with you of things that I want to add to my life. So when I'm looking to make a change, I feel like there is this very positive and a much clearer message when I talk about what it is that I want. So, I don't want this excess weight. I don't want to feel so stiff. I don't want it to be so difficult to wake up in the morning. Those are the beginnings. Those are the thoughts that bring us to where we want to be. So, where do we want to be? I want it to be easier to get up in the morning versus I don't want it to be so difficult. So making sure to drink water, making sure to have a routine with your sleep schedule, setting yourself up for success, for that positive thought, that positive direction. I want it to be easier to wake up in the morning. I want to feel refreshed when I wake up in the morning. And the words that we use, I feel like there is so much value in the words that we use. It sets up our thought cycle and it sets up that perspective of, is this coming from fear or is this coming from love? So I want to be, coming from love. I want to be growing that love. I want to be growing that success in that way, not running away from something else. So we can figure out that we're running away from something and we can decide what it is that we don't want, but that cannot be the goal. What we want to be asking for what we want. We would want to be focusing on what we don't want. Um, so my other thought is today's the 30th, the New Year's is coming in just a couple days. Just start right now. Why wait? Why wait to seek your greatness? Why wait? Unless you're preparing something right now that is critical to whatever it is that you're doing on January 1st. Um, but even that, you're moving, you're doing something now, preparing for that, in just a couple days. So my other thought is don't wait. Do it right now. Get up and exercise or clean up some area of your house or get people on board that are going to be on the same positive journey as you are. Find love that is already growing this or something that you can grow together with, um, and become aware of the fact that you might be gathering people that have the same fears as you and finding a way to switch that inside of you so that you can find or redirect or talk in a positive way to these other people and say, hey, you know what, I think we might be looking at this wrong. I think we might be more successful if we have these thought processes, and see how that goes. And my other thought is So I'm going to just recap for a moment. So, number one, make sure you're adding something positive with love towards your goal. Number two, I feel like you should start right now, not even start today, because that might set up this thought of like, as soon as I'm done with this time at work, I'm going to do this. Start right now. You have enough time to be watching this video, so you have enough time right now to do something. 1 minute. Commit 1 minute to that new goal of adding that piece of love. So that's adding something with love. Start right now and making sure that there is this self-love focus, not ego, not grandiose, gathering people that are gonna, um, I don't know, idolize areas of maybe even your unsuccess, like that, the difficulty with like adulting. I think I've mentioned that several times, especially in my videos. That's like my least favorite thing. Um, but making sure that you are finding people that really have this like positive attitude and this thought process that's like, well, maybe I'm not as positive as I should be. That's always wonderful to connect to those people that are willing to start to shift that energy. And so you can notice that together, those shifts and those changes and that growth that can come from, well, what else can I do? Or what can I do right now? Or how can I grow this? Or even those positive thoughts of like, well, why was I so afraid to have this extra weight? Or why was I so afraid to go to bed at night? Why was I so afraid to go out and socialize or whatever it is that you want to change and grow? Looking at that backstory, looking at what's behind it, um, and showing up with the self-love to recognize that I'm going somewhere and I don't want to be dragging people with me. They're not gonna have fun. I'm gonna waste all my energy with like, trying to pull them along. Um, it's such a different experience to be walking in a way that has no baggage, including trying to like, get people kicking and screaming to support you. It's such a different experience to show up when people are like, oh, we're going this way too. This is what we've learned. This is how we've learned to go faster. This is how we've learned to enjoy this more. This is how we've learned to set ourselves up for success. And if that sounds like, oh, that sounds so wonderful, um, I encourage you to find that for the new year. And I encourage you to find that right now, to start that journey right now. So, those are my ideas to share with you as we close this year. But remember that perspective that we talked about actually right in the beginning of this month in the blog. Is it closed or is it closed or is it opened? Is it closing or is it opening? Is this the ending or is this the beginning? Because that is all perspective of what it is that we choose to focus on individually and what we choose to be influenced by from our outside world. So listening to what that is inside and asking that question, well, why does it feel like this is ending? Does it feel like it's ending because this has been a really difficult year? Well, what do I want to be different? And then evaluating like this was a struggle, this was a struggle. Okay, that's information. How can we grow that into a positive goal? I want to feel this way. I want to have this in my life. How am I going to get there? What can I do right now to get there? Where am I at on that geographic comparison that I have where, I think I'm here in my wellness, but when I kind of evaluate things, I find that like I'm way over there. And that's okay because now we know we're way over there and we have to come over here and we can get a perspective of, there might be a mountain, or there might be some colder weather. There might be this, that, or the other thing, which that analogy can flood over into our emotional journey, our physical journey, um, our just general well-being of, that self-love journey that we have when we're going through our point A to point B or point A to point B, wherever that is, and finding people finding tools that support our journey in a positive way, empower us, optimize the environment for us to heal and notice and shift and listen. All those that like new favorite cycle of mine. Um, but gathering those tools. So that's a lot for today. I have all of these thoughts, and I guess it was good that I did this video because there's layers and layers and layers here. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for the journey that you're on and the honesty that you're going to bring and that you are bringing right now, right? Because we're starting right now with our efforts. We're not waiting. We're not going to do this tomorrow. Thank you for all of that. And if there is anything that I might be able to help you with, I would absolutely love to talk to you about that. Please reach out. My email is in the description. And of course, you can jump over to the website and see what life is like in my head and the services that I offer as well. And I'll talk to you again real soon.